Now we'll get started. What is Python? So Python is nothing but a programming language which is very simple, and we use general purpose, high level and object oriented. Okay, it is simple and easy to learn because it's plain text. Anybody can easily understand and learn Python, which has provide lots of high level data structure, and many things are there. You can achieve what you can do with other languages. And we have the best scripting language trends for Python, because it is very easy and syntax is also very easy, so that anybody can understand. So any beginner, if you want to start in Python, this will be the best suited programming language for you. What is the importance? So we have some comparison factor, like where we have compare with Java and Python. So speed wise, obviously, okay, Java will be faster, but other factors, if you'll see, Python will be the top list, right? Like all the legacy code quality. Like if we'll write 10 lines of code in Java, with 2-3 lines of Python code, you can finish those things, right? And trends, like people are now moving from Java to Python. Salary is also, like Python will be more in demand, and syntax will be very easy in Python, because we don't have complex syntax in Python like in other languages like Java. So once we'll cover the basics and go inside the course, you will get to know how it is. This course is best for beginner. Why? Because we have like very easy explanation for this course, cover Python from very scratch, and we have used multiple programs for easy understanding, and cover from very basics. We have assumed like you don't know anything at all, and then supporting your query throughout the course in Q&A. That's all for introduction. And then what and all things we have covered. So we have covered like what is Python, and we have covered all the real-time example with practicals, and these below topics are covered, like Python basics, then data types, loops and statements, operators, switch case, functions, OOPS concept including class and object, constructor, inheritance, etc. So most of the basics topics are already covered inside this course. So that's all about introduction, guys. Hope to see you soon in the course. Hello all, welcome to the session. So in this one, we are going to download the Python and do the setup for Mac. But download option will be same for Mac and Windows. Okay, so you can use direct this link, okay, which will be given in the resource, or directly you can go to the Google and URL, or just type download Python, and yes, you will be able to download here. So as soon as you'll click on download option, you'll be having AI prompt. Okay, so you can see based on your OS it will be visible, like okay, download latest version of Python for Mac. Okay, so I can just directly click here and download. As soon as I click on download, downloading will be start here and downloading will be done. And if it is for window, and if you are using window, it will give you for window directly, and you can click here and install. If it is not giving the right one, you can just check below option and Python for window, you can click here, and then you'll be having option called a latest Python 3 release, Python 3.11.5. you can just click here, and then this version you can download. So again, if you see below option, so files, so you can download the installer for all the, like if you are using Mac, you can download this one. If you are using Windows, you can download this, either based on your like Windows 32-bit and 64-bit, you can download this installer, and then you can install the Python in your system. So Python is mandatory, okay, in your system. So now I have downloaded the Python. I'll just go in the folder, and it will be just double click. So you just need to do double click and just click continue. That's all, agree, and then install, and you have to give the password. That's all. So based on your system, it will be asking password or not. So your Python will be installed in your system based on your like OS. If it is Windows or Mac, it will be installed. Once it is installed successfully, it will give you the prompt. So see, now we have given, so Python 3.11 is installed successfully. Now to cross check whether it is installed successfully or not, what is the option? So I'll just close here and I'll move to bin, because it is installed and I don't need that installer. So move to bin. That is done. So I'll just open the terminal. So for Mac, I'm giving first of all, so terminal, enter, and here you go. So you need to type python hyphen version. Okay, as soon as you click, okay, you are not getting the option. So since you have downloaded python 3 version above, let's try python 3 space hyphen version. Done. Yeah, perfect. So you are able to see the version, means python is successfully installed into your Mac. Perfect. We'll see the option, same option for window. You no need to set any path for Mac. By default everything will be done, means python is already available in your system. We will be good to use use python in Mac. Now let's see for the window. Hello all, welcome to this session. So now in this session we will download the PyCharm, which is editor for Python. You can use any, but PyCharm is recommended. PyCharm. So you can go to Google and just type PyCharm download. That's all. Again, based on that, it will give you the option. Select the first option. So it will be powered by JetBrains. So you'll get like this. So if you are downloading for window, you select the window and download the exe file. But don't download professional, because it will be only for 30 days trial. So you should go for a community version and then download this. Okay, make sure you are downloading the PyCharm community edition long-term support. Okay, so I'll download for Mac. Just click on here. Now you have to select community edition here. So I'll go here and click on download, and downloading will be installed and downloading will be done. So since I have already downloaded, I'll not download again. I'll go to the download, and I have downloaded PyCharm here. I'll just do double click here. So I'll just do double click, and then I'll just drag and drop here, and Python will be installed. PyCharm will be installed successfully in my system. Now to open PyCharm, I need to just command space in Mac and search PyCharm. Yeah, you'll get like this. Select that, it will be open. Then you'll be having option like this, project customize plugin learns. So if it will ask anything like import setting or something, just ignore it. Okay, now you have one option called new project. Okay, so we'll create a new project in PyCharm, and we'll see how Python can be used in PyCharm. Hello all. So we have downloaded the Python also and PyCharm also, and we have opened the PyCharm. Now we'll click on new project directly to open new project. If you have existing, you can click on open and open that. So I'll go for new project, click on that. Then location you need to select, so you can give any location in your system wherever you want to store those Python related program. And then new environment using virtual environment, yes, location you can select whatever, so let it be whatever is coming. And then you have to select Python interpreter. Okay, this is very important. So you need to select the latest version which we have downloaded, which is 3.11. I'll just select that, and that's all. We are good to go. Just click on create, and yes, our project is created. So project name is Python project. Okay, so okay, I'll just go by default. I'll just create one new Python file, just very simple one, to check whether your PyCharm is working perfectly. So I'll just click on right click on this project, new, and then Python file, and I'll give hello world, something like that. Okay, and I'll just use first command in Python, which is print, and I'll just print hello world. That's all. And how we can run, I can just do right click, run hello world, and if you see here, successfully we are able to run in PyCharm. Perfect. So this is how we can configure and run in PyCharm. Now we'll deep dive into Python basics and concepts. Hello all. So in this session we will see how to create a Python file and start writing Python programs. So you need to go to project, right click, new, and then you need to select Python file, and then file name you need to give. So as of now we are using Python file, not unit test or Python stub. So Python file and then give name. So I'm giving just first program. That's all. So like in Java we create class, right? So similarly we are creating Python file. This is file is different and class is different. So Python is very simple, guys. So we don't need to refer, like if you know Java, then you can correlate how easy it is. So you just created a Python file, and now here I don't need to create any class, function, nothing. No need to call main method if you know Java. But if you don't know Java, then ignore everything and assume that I have created a fresh class, a fresh file, Python file, and this is how we need to write program in Python. So created a new Python file, and then I can just write my code here directly without doing any class, function, anything. So print, and I can write Pankaj and space. So just run, and perfect, I'm able to see print here Pankaj. So this is how we can create Python file and print or write any code here. You can write directly any code here. Okay, we don't need to create class, function, anything directly. So you can directly also just write code and get started. But how to write class, function, everything we will see in detail in upcoming session. Hello all. So we have written the first program in Python. Now let's deep dive some basic concepts. Okay, so in Python, if you'll see, there is one warning it is giving. Okay, so indentation is very important in Python. So for every at last line you always should give one space. You should give always one space at last end of the program. Okay, so if I'll give one space, this alert will go. Now everything is all clear, no problem found. Okay, so like that you need to give at the end of every program, you need to give one white space. Very simple. Okay, now this is print, how you can print a log into Python. But in Java, if if you might be aware, then you need to write system.out.println, then you need to pass in double quote, right, and colon. Here we don't have to give column or colon also. Okay, nowhere we have to give, directly we can do like this. Very simple. Okay, so now you know how to print anything in console. So here if you see, if you run, we can get the hello world. Perfect. Now how we can give the comments. So in Java we can give the comments using hash. You can give, this is single comments. Okay, very simple. Again, Java is very in Python, indentation is very important. So you should give one space always after comment or hash. Then I'll just write I'll print some more thing, like print something called Gupta, and then again I'll print, I can keep in single quote, and then I can write okay, automation. Perfect. Now I'll just right click, run hello world, and if you'll see, it is successfully ran, and I'm getting the output hello world, Gupta, and then automation. So all three print I got in console. Perfect. Now if I want to comment multiple lines of code, then you need to just select all the codes, whichever or wherever you want to put the comments, and command and slash, forward slash, then it will be commented. So you can comment single line also and multiple line also. Perfect. Now let's see how you can enter any system input. Okay, so we'll see. So for that we have something called input. It's very simple. It's plain text, plain text, you can say that input, and then you can just pass okay, enter your age, simple input. And then I just want to print also, because if I'll give input, I cannot see what I have given. So for printing purpose, I'm giving just name is equal to input, and then whatever name I'll give from system, I'll just write here, and I'll just print. So I'll just print here same name, so copy and paste, simple. So if I run this, so these three lines will be executed, or I'll just comment all the line. This line also I'll comment. Now only this line will be executed. I'll just run it, and it will ask okay, enter your age. Okay, just click enter, and then okay, you should give the name, what your age is, right? So I'll just run again, and then it's asking what, enter your age, right? So I'll give something called 18, right? Enter, and I'll see in console also I get what, 18. So whatever I have entered from the system, and I'm getting the same. So this is how we can enter any input or give any input or data input to the system, like we give system dot set property, something like that in Java. Hello all, welcome. So now in this session we will see data types. Okay, so I'll just create one more class, one more file, Python file, to write a program and to understand the data type. So Python file, and I'll just write here data type. Okay, so data type, and I'll just give 2, because second program we're writing. Perfect. So now we'll understand what is data type. So data type in Python is assigned at runtime. So Python is smart enough to identify what type of data you are using or you are writing. Okay, that's the beauty of Python. So I'll just explain one Java example, like we'll use in Java, like int a is equal to 20, and then we go give comma, right? So if it is integer, we need to give int and then a variable name and then equal to and 20 and whatever value, right? Like that. If it is a string, you need to give a string, and that should be capital S. String S is equal to, and in double quote, right, you need to pass some value, str or something, and then comma, right? But in Python we don't have to do all those things. Okay, we don't have headache to give the return type, like what kind of data it is, right? And we don't have to give semicolon also in the last, right? So how we can declare data type or in the Python is, let's see. So a is equal to 20, that's all. No need to write anything like what kind of data it is. Python is smart enough to understand this is integer. If I write str, I'm just writing str, you can write anything. Okay, I'm just to give xyz is equal to double quote, I can write Pankaj, right? So this is a string, but I have not declared here like a string s is xyz is equal to Pankaj, because Python is smart enough to understand, okay, whatever you have declared in this variable, that is string, and because you have used a double quote, right? So whatever is in double quote or single quote, that is string, and Python will be able to recognize. So very simple, we don't have lengthy option in Python. So I have declared these two data types, which is integer and which is string. We'll understand in detail what are the different data types we have, but basic I'm explaining what is data types and how we can write in Python. Now I just write simply print, and I can just print a, and if I run, I'll get the option a. A is nothing but what, 20. Perfect. Now if I want to print something along with that, like print, okay, value of a is, like that. So you can give comma separated, and you can give a, like that. So if I'll run, I'll get the text value of a is hyphen this option, and then I'll get the value of a, which is 20. So if I'll run this, I'll get value of a is 20. Perfect. Now if I'll try this again, I'll just give one more example, and I'll just write value of xyz is xyz. If I'll run this, let's see what's happening. Yeah, value of xyz is this. Perfect. Now in Java we use what? We use plus. Use plus sign like this, right? Like this. Okay. So if I'll use like this, see what will happen. So it is giving unexpected type, integer and string. So you are trying to add integer. Okay, this is a is integer and xyz is what? X not xyz. This is what? String. So string and integer you are trying to add, which is not possible in any language, right? So first you need to do the typecasting, but here we don't have that option. We cannot do that, right? So we can directly do this only. Okay, but if you'll see, if I'll run this, I'll get the error. We'll see. So if you'll see, can only convert string, not integer, to str. So because we are trying to add integer, a is integer. Okay, Python is smart enough to understand, right? So a is integer, you are trying to add with string, it is not possible. Okay, that's what Python is telling. So I'll just comment this out. Here I'll try now. So same data type you can add, okay, but you cannot add different data types. So if I add here like this, so this is also a string and xyz is also a string. So let's see if we are able to run. Perfect. So we are able to run, there is no error, but still there is one here. So it's asking me to reformat the file. Yeah, so there should be space. So Python is very strict about the indentation. Okay, so you must follow the proper indentation or else you will get the error. So this is how what are the basic data types like we can understand in Python. Now we'll see what are the different data types we have. But before that, this is simple one we have seen. Okay, so this is, we have declared single data. Now we'll see how to declare multiple data and how to identify which data type it is. Hello all. So in this session we will try to understand multiple data types declaration. Okay, like in Java also we do right. So here also we can do like b comma c comma d is equal to 1 comma 1.5 comma hello. So here, and in one shot I have declared 3 variables, which is integer, float and string. Python is able to identify, so no need to worry. Now I need to print it. How to print? So I can simply print, and can I print like b comma c comma d. Let's see. Now rest of the line I'll comment out. I'll just write it comment out. So I'll just run, right click and run data type 2. Yeah, perfect. So I'm able to print that. Perfect. Now if you want to print with a string, you can print like that. But now I want to know what is the data type belongs to b, c, d. How we can do that? Now if we want to check what kind of data type it is, we can simply print and just I'm printing b data type is and type and that data type whatever you are trying to check, like which kind of data type is b and c and d. So I'm just type c and type d. I'm just printing. As soon as you will print, you'll get okay b. Okay, everywhere I'm passing b only. So I'll change this b c d. I'll just run it. So I'll get b data type is what? Integer. C data type is what? Float. And d data type is what? Str, string. So b is integer, c is float and d is what? A string. So Python is able to identify, and we are able to see with this example. So this is very simple. Hello all, welcome again. So we have seen what are the different data types we have in Python. So basically we have like numeric, string, list, tuple and dictionary. We'll see one example for each. Perfect. So before going to see the example, we'll just see, we'll create another program or another file called Python file, and then I'll give data types underscore 3. Perfect. Okay. Now I'll just declare each type of data once so that it will be easy for you to understand. So a is equal to 10. Then I'll give b is equal to 10.5, which is float. C is equal to, I'll give hello. D is equal to, I'll give single quote and I'll give Pankaj. And then E is equal to, I'll give 10 plus 3j, some complex. Okay. So these are the different data types we have. Okay, we'll see other example which is list, tuple and dictionary also. So if I want to see what are the data types these 5 have, so I can again print, very simple, print, and I can see data types for a is, and then I can print type and a. So what type? So I want to check for a. Similarly, I can copy paste 5 times for all and conclude B, C, D and E. And here also I need to change B, okay, then C, D and E. Perfect. Space, white space. Perfect. So now we have seen we have declared integer, float, string and complex value, which is the numeric part. I'll just run. As soon as I run, I'll get all the output here, right? So if you'll see here, I got the output. So data type for A is integer, B is float, C is string, D is string. Means single quote or double quote, both will be string. And E is what? Complex. Very simple. Now let's see one example for list. This is again basic. We'll deep dive into details like what is list, tuple and dictionary in upcoming session. So we'll see the list example. So list, how we can declare a list in Python is very simple. Variable name, I'm just giving one, list object is equal to in a square bracket. So in a square bracket you can give list. I'll give 1 comma 1.5 comma hello. Again you can give like whatever data types you want inside list. So this is what like how we can declare the list in Python. Very simple. Again if I want to print, you can just click on write print and pass this. So I'll just do double click, list object is and comma this. So if I'll run this, I'll get the list. So I'll get the list here. Perfect. Now I want to get the object at particular index, right? So how we can get it? So it's very simple again. So if I want to check at second index, so this is 0, this is first, this is second. Indexing starts from 0, right? So if you want to check for what is at second index, so I'll just pass the index, that's all. And I need to hold with some variable, or directly I can print also. So I'll just hold with some variable. It's up to you if you want to hold, not hold, it's up to you. So I'll just write okay v1 something, okay, and I'll just print. So I'll get what is at index 2. So index 2 is what? Hello. So I should get hello, and I'm able to get hello. So this is very simple again. And again if you want to update something in list, so you can just update by passing like this. So at index 2 you want to update something called Pankaj. So it is hello, now it will be Pankaj, but I want to print. So again you can just print this one only. So we'll see. So after update, perfect. So after update you will see what is the list object, and before update also we can see. So right click, run. So after update, if you'll see, before it was hello, and once I updated here, it is overridden, right? So this is how we can update value in list. So you can pass the list object and index and equal to whatever you want to update. Very, very simple. Okay, so now we have seen the list. We'll see tuple. One example we'll see. So again tuple object, I'll just hold with one variable, tuple underscore object is equal to, so tuple object will be in semi braces, okay, like this. Then you can pass something to comma 2.5 comma world, like this. So spelling mistake, tuple. You can give anything, but just PyCharm is highlighting that you are not writing correct word. I can write anything XYZ. Okay. So I'll just print. So what is tuple object? So tuple object is this. As soon as I'll print, I'll get the tuple object. Perfect. Now you cannot update tuple because it is immutable. So if you'll see, if you'll try to update, what will happen? I want to update second index to high. So let's see what it is telling. Tuple does not support this item assignment. Yes, so tuple does not support, so you cannot update anything in tuple. Very simple. Okay, we can just print, that's all. Okay, it is immutable tuple. Now we'll see dictionary. Okay, so dictionary. So for dictionary again, you can use this flower bracket, and in that you can keep value in key value pair. Like I'll give name, comma, colon, and name is equal to Pankaj. Then comma separated, you can keep how much ever value you want. Then 2 is equal to 2 colon, and then I can keep something called Gupta. So anything whatever you want, you can keep. And then 3 colon 50. I will hold with some object. So yeah, dictionary object, dictionary underscore object. This is not required to write the same name. You can write any name. This is just variable. Okay, some indentation, space. Yeah, done. So yeah, this is how we can create dictionary. So key value pair, if you'll see, I have kept. So I am keeping all the data types. So integer, string, then integer string, then integer, right? So these are the key, and these are the value. Whatever right side, that is value. So left side is key, right side is value. So I'll just print dictionary object is, that's all. So once I'll print, I'll get the dictionary object. We can print the dictionary value also, like print, okay, and printing the key name, okay. So if I want to print something like what is the value for name, so like this object, and single quote or double quote, and just pass the name. So for name, what is value I should supposed to get? So I'll just run it, and I'll get the value. So printing the name, printing the key name. So for name, key value is what? Pankaj. So I'll get Pankaj. Similarly, if I want to get this Gupta, I need to pass key as a 2, right? So I'll just pass this as 2. Let's see what it is. Okay, I didn't get. So okay, I need to pass this as integer, so I don't need to pass string, so I need to pass 2, and in this way I'll get Gupta. Perfect. So this is how we can get create the dictionary, and then print the value, and get the particular value. Hello all, in this session we will see how we can use logical operator in Python. So what is logical operator, like and, or, right? And along with that we'll see some arithmetic operators also. Okay, so we'll see basically arithmetic and logical operator both in one go. Perfect. So let's create one file so that we can understand. So I'll just create one new file. So project, right click, new Python file, and I'll write logical operator. That's all. Now I'll assume something, like I'll just write something. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10.5, and then C is equal to, I'll write hello, and then D is equal to, I'll write Pankaj. I think it's enough for us to understand. So now what are the mathematical operator we have? We'll see mathematical operator or arithmetic operator, you can see. So we have addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, etc., right? So very basic we'll see. So print, I'm just printing. So if I have to do add, so print addition is a plus b, right? A plus b, like that. If you have to add anything in Java, you can directly use the operator here like this. Okay, then I'll write for all. So if you have to subtract, a minus b, and divide, a by b, and multiplication like star, right? So addition, and then I have to put subtraction, and then divide, and then multiplication. Very simple. I'll just print. So this is how we do in mathematics, right? So if you'll see, addition is 10 plus 10.5, 20.5. Subtraction is 10 minus 10.5 minus 0.5, and then divide. If you'll divide by 10 by 10.5, we'll get 0.95, and then if you'll multiply 10.5 into 10, you'll get this. So this is very simple arithmetic operator we have seen. Okay, we can see equal and not equal to operator, right? Equal and not equal to operator. So equal, we'll see how we can compare something. Okay, so I'll just, as of now, I'm just seeing with the print statement, okay, for learning purpose. So I'll just check, it will give true or false if it is equal. Okay, so I'll just write, so it will return boolean value. Okay, boolean value is what? So I'll just check here, I'll minimize this. I'll just compare a is equal to b. A is equal to b. So what it is giving? Okay, it's giving some, okay, double equal I have to give, not single equal. A equal and equal to b. Indentation is very important. Again, just click here, PyCharm will give suggestion, reformat the file. Perfect. So a equal and equal to b. Is a equal and equal to b? Absolutely no. So it will return false. Perfect. We'll run and see. Then if I'll try to write something here, let me assume one more data, e is equal to 5, like that. So now I'll do a by 2, which is 5, is equal to e. So a by 2 is 5 is equal to e, which is 5. 5 is equal to 5. Yes, this should return me true. Very simple. Able to follow up, right? Again, if I want to do not equal to, so a by 2 not equal to e. So 5 is not equal to 5. No. So it will be false. So this is how you can use not equal to. Okay, exclamation and then equal. And then I'll just run it so that we can see equal and not equal to. So if you'll see, we have seen false, true, and false. We have understood already this, how this is working, right? Now we'll see other operator, which is or and and. So we'll see or operator. Okay, so again we'll do the print statement and we'll see what is the boolean value. So print. So if we will do a by 2 is equal and equal to a, which is true. Okay, or a is equal to b. A is equal to b, which is false, right? Which is false. This is false, but this is true. So or means if either condition will be true, it will return true only. Okay, very simple. So if either condition will be true, and if you are using or operator, it will return true only. Very simple. Now we'll see another end operator. We'll just put end. End means if both conditions are true or all conditions are true, then only it will be true, else false. So since this condition is true but this condition is false, a is not equal to b, a is 10 but b is 10.5, so this will be false. And let me run and we'll see. So true and then we have seen false. Perfect. So I'll just differentiate by putting a star so that we can see here this is AND or operator test, something like that. Now if I'll print, you'll get this AND and OR operator. So first boolean value is what? True, and second is what? False. So OR means both, either of condition true, then true, and AND means all conditions should be true. If there are two conditions, both conditions should be true or yes. So this is how we can use arithmetic operator and equal, not equal to, an AND on OR operator. Thank you. Hello all, welcome to this session. So in this session we will understand if else condition. So I'll just create a new Python file, write if else, and this is fifth program. I'll write fifth, that's all. So first of all, what is if else and why we need to use? So when there is some condition which is known, okay, then we can apply if else condition based on the requirement. Like if this happen, then this is the output. If this happen, then this is the output. If something is happen, what is the expectation. So in that case you should use if else condition. So when there is non-condition and how to apply, you should use if else condition. Okay, let's understand with one example. So suppose we already know one thing, that in India if we have to vote, age must be greater than 18. If it is below 18 means you are not eligible, right? And if you are 18, you can apply for voter ID, like that. So very simple requirement we have. So let's solve this using Python. So I'll take one variable age, which will be coming from some system, but I'll just assume 20 here. Okay, and now I'll write if else condition. So if age is greater than 18, then means colon, enter. Then what is the output? Print. I'll explain this. What is this? Then print eligible for vote. Very simple. Okay, and if you are not, else what? You are not eligible for vote. So I'll just copy paste. So you are not eligible for vote. Very simple. And this is indentation. I'll just reformat the file which PyCharm has suggested. Perfect. So if I'll run these, so based on this input, but before that let's understand this code. Okay, so in Python we have to give like if and then condition, like age is greater than, less than, equal to, whatever condition you want you can give, and then you have to give colon. Okay, so in other languages we have to give flower bracket open and then close, then we know okay, here it is starting and here it is closed. But in Python we don't have such a rule. We have to give colon and then enter. You cannot give print here. Okay, you have to give tab and space till here. So you don't have to worry, this is Python indentation. Okay, you must be aware of that. So if you are writing in here, just go to that colon and enter, directly it will go to that particular space. Okay, so PyCharm will take care of that. So I'll just go here. So we have written the code now. Again, else we don't have to open close, just colon, and then you can give the else part, whatever logic you want. I'm just giving print a statement to understand. So if I'll run this program, so based on this program, age is greater than 18, so I should get the output as eligible for vote. Let's see. Yeah, eligible for vote. Perfect. Here you can see the output in console bottom right. If I'll pass here 17, let's see what I'm getting. So I should get you are not eligible for vote. So you are not eligible for vote. Very simple. Now there is some condition where I need to give multiple condition and multiple function I need to write. So suppose I can write else, nested if else. So here if this is not fulfilled, this condition is not fulfilled, you have to show this. But what if multiple condition? So you can write multiple condition using else if else. So if elf, like not this, you can just write and it will give you auto suggestion. So elif, right, like this. And then you can give the condition. So I'll give again one more condition, is equal and equal to 18. Then I want some different logic. So you can print something, you can apply for ID card. You can apply for ID card, like that. So this is how we can use. And again, nested loop, nested if else means inside if you can put another if condition like this, and again you can put like is equal and equal to 18, then what is the other condition, like that. You can write multiple things, but that is again very basic thing, you can go ahead. But this is how we can use if else, if and else. So now here in this case, if I'm passing 17, still I'll get what? You are not eligible for vote. If I'll pass 20, if I'll pass 18, what will happen? Then it will come here else ifs, and it will give me the output called you can apply for ID card. Let's see. So you can apply for ID card. Like that I can write multiple logic here. Okay, this is a writing printf statement to understand this if else, like how if else work. So if there is a non condition, we can apply for if else, and this is how we can apply for if else condition. Hello all, welcome all. So in this session we will see how we can use for loop. So again we will create a new Python file. We'll write simply for loop test. Okay, so first, like, what is for loop, right, and when we should use it? So loop means, you understood, right? If you have to iterate same thing again, you can use loop, right? For loop is used whenever we want to iterate something or iterate something from the list one by one. Okay, so whenever we have to iterate from a list, we use for loop, right, like that. So also there is one, if I want to print, okay, I want to print something, suppose Pankaj, right? So I want to print this. Now one time is fine, I want to print this 100 times, right, like this. So I need to do 100 lines of code to print this, right? So if there is a repeated task, so we can create a loop here. Okay, we can create for loop, and that will be small 2 line of code, and we will be able to perform this action in 2 lines of code. So it will reduce the code and it will be clean, right? So how we can achieve for loop, or how we can write for loop in Python? So simple, we need to write something called for, then what you want to iterate, you need to write that. So I'll just write I in, and then from what you want to iterate, right? So we will discuss how we can achieve this. Let's first understood the basic syntax of for. So suppose if we have list, so list of items. If you have list of items, so list will be in the square bracket, and then I can keep some item, right? 1, 4, 7, 10 and 12. So now I have list of item. I want to iterate these item one by one from this list. So we can go for loop. I'll just write it how. So for, you just need to write this syntax. For I, you can write anything xyz. In what? From this, right? Then here we have to give comma, a colon, right? So in other language we give a flower bracket open, right? But here we will give always colon only, and then keep enter, it will go to the next line. So here we need to just print this. I just need to print this, and what I need to print? I, because I will be iterated one by one. So we'll discuss about this, how we can achieve. Okay, let's first finish this basic syntax of for loop. I'll just run. And if you'll see, I'm able to iterate all those value one by one. Now if I just want to check a loop, like if I is equal to 10, then print, okay, print 10 is available. Simple. So this is again very basic thing. So while iterating, it will iterate all the value one by one, and after iterating I just want to compare something, right, from this value, like whether while iterating whether in all the values 10 is present or not. If 10 is present, just print it 10 is available. So again I will rerun, and perfect. If you see here, 10 is available, and after that once 10 will come, 12 will come, 12 will also come, so it will print here. But after once this is available, I'll just break here. Okay, this is extra information I'm giving, so I'll just put here. If you'll see, 10 is available, and once this condition is true, break the loop and come out from the loop, right? So you can write something here like for loop is completed. Okay, so for loop is completed. Very simple. If I'll run this, so if you'll see, 10 is available, so it will iterate one by one, like first 1 will come, then 4, 7, then 10. Once 10 will come, my condition is met, it will come inside, and then next line I have break statement, so it will break the flow and it will come out from the for loop, and then it will go to the next line and it will print for loop is completed. Very simple. Perfect. So now we'll see how we can achieve if I am doing some repeated task, how we can achieve using loop. Welcome all. So we have seen basic syntax of for loop and how we can iterate the element from a list one by one, and then we have put some condition, and based on that we have break the statement and completed. Now let's come to this point. So if I have some repeated thing, right, so same thing is repeated, right? So I want to put one loop and reduce the line of code. So how we can achieve this? Okay, so for that there is something called, again I'll write something called for. Same way I can take xyz, some anything, just variable in, and then we have something called range. Okay, in range you need to give from where to where you want to iterate, okay, which index to which index. So I'll just take 0 and comma and 11 means 10. I'll just show you how it is. Now I'll just write print and I'll write Pankaj. Perfect. So now if I'll run this, so before running this I'll just comment this line of code so that only this line will be executed and I can see. So print a statement, just let me execute and then I'll explain. So once I have executed, if you'll see what happened, so this Pankaj has been printed 10 times, right? So okay, 11 times, because index is starting from 0 and last index is what, 11 minus 1, right? So 10 times. So 0 from 10 means 11 times. So 11 times Pankaj has been executed. Okay, this statement I can write simply by using this also. So by default it will start with 0, so it will go to 10th. You will see output will remain same. It will print Pankaj 10 times. If I'll do 1, means it should print how many times? 2 times, right? Sorry, 0, 1, right? 1 time. Now if I'll do 2, means the starting index by default will be 0 and last index will be what? 2 minus 1 means 1, right? So 0 and 1, so 2 times it will print. So if I run this, so it will print 2 times. So this is how we can use the range. Okay, now we'll understand one different example using range. So suppose if I want to add something, okay, add a 10 natural number, so how we can do it, right? I'll comment these lines of code. Again I'll go and take something called sum is equal to 0. Like in Java also, before doing sum we need to keep something, right? Okay, I think this rename its users to, okay, there is some might be internal thing, so I'll just write addition, okay, is equal to 0. So some keyword which is default in Python you cannot use, like for in, right? Perfect. So I have just used something called addition is equal to 0, and now I want to add 10 natural numbers. So I'll just give 11 and natural number start from 1, so 1 to 10 now, right? So 11 minus 1, 10. So 1 to 10 I want to add, so I'll just write addition is equal to, right, addition plus x, right, and I'll just print it here. So now I'll print here, so addition is what, I'll get the output here. So addition is perfect. So simple, what I'm doing is I'm just writing one for loop. Okay, x is variable and range is what, 1 to 11. Addition is equal to addition plus x. So x is what, it will come from here, like it will come 1 2 3 4 till 10 it will come, right? So for every time I want to add in 0 plus 1, then again it will become 1, then 1 plus 1, then it will become 2, then 2 plus 3, like that it will keep continuing. So let me execute this and let's see what is the output. So I'll get the 55, which is the correct answer. Perfect. So now there is a few more example we'll see. So if I want to, what if I want to add something and increment by 2, or just print by increment by 2, something like that. So this is just programming stuff. So I'll just print this time. Okay, so I'll just comment this line of code to understand the next code. So I'll just write here, I'll just delete this, I'll just write here, okay, starting from 1 and 11, and this time I'll just print it. I'll just print x, so that you will be able to see the what is the output, right? Perfect. So now if here you will see index range starting from 1 to 11 means it will go from 1 to 10, right? So I'll be able to print, but this time I don't want to only print that, I want to increment by 2 after every number, right? Means 1, it will first will print 1, then it will go to 3, then 5, it will skip 1, right, basically jump 2. So I'll just run it. If you'll see 1, then 3, then 5, it will keep incrementing by 2. So 1 plus 2 plus again 2, 2, 2, 2, right, like that till 11, right, like that. So suppose if I want to increment by 5, let's see what is the output. So it will be 1, then 1 plus 5, 6, and then 6 plus 5, 11. But 11 I think it will not go because till 10 only we are doing. Let's see the output. Perfect. So only it will be 1 and then 6. So like that, if you want to increment by certain number, you can give this here, starting index, last index, okay, and then how many you want to increment. This is how we can play around with the range function. Hello all, welcome. So now in this session we will understand while loop. Okay, so what is while loop and when we should use, right? So we use while loop if we want to iterate until a condition is true. So we will iterate unknown number of time, we don't know how many times it will iterate, but until a condition will be true, it will keep iterating. Let's see with one example. So very simple example we'll see. So suppose I'll take example age is equal to 10. Okay, I'll write while. How we need to use while loop? So we need to write while space and then condition. So I'll give this condition is while age is less than 18. Okay, while age is less than 18. Perfect. So as of now this age is what, less than 18 only, because 10 is less than 18. Perfect. This condition is true, so it will come and print here, okay, hello. I'll just take small input so that you can see the output clearly. So I'm giving age 15 and age is less than 18. So what it will happen, it will give me the print hello first time. Next time again it will go, but it will keep always hello only, because this condition will be never false, right? It will be always true because 15 is less than 18 and we are not giving any other condition. So infinite loop will go. If I'll run, it will go for infinite loop. It will not stop if you see the execution. So I'll just manually stop. Okay, now I need to stop with some condition. So I'll just write here is equal to age plus 1. So if I'm writing this, means what I'm trying to do is, so every time if condition is true, it will go inside and print hello, and then also it will do age is equal to age plus 1. So age will be 15, now it will be 16. Next time it will go again age plus 1 means it will be 17, and the next time it will go 18, then 18 is less than 18, no. So it will come out from the loop, and here we'll see while loop is completed. So I'll write here while loop is completed. Very simple. So now I'll just execute it to see the output. So if you see, it is executed, and I'll see here hello printed 3 times, and after that I'm getting while loop is completed. So what happened here is, so this while loop is executed until a condition is met, which is like age is less than 18. So if you'll see, age is less than 18, yes, then I'm going and age is equal to age plus 1. So here I'm waiting for false. Once this while loop condition will be false, it will be come out from the loop. Okay, so I'm just, this while loop will execute until this condition will be false. Okay, simple. So it will keep iterating until it will be true. So let's understand the flow. So here age is equal to 15. So age is less than 15. So 15 is less than 18. Yes. So it will go and print hello. So first time hello will be printed, and this age is equal to age plus 1 means 15 plus 1 16. So age will become 16. Again while loop will come, 16 is less than 18. Yes. Again hello it will print. So it will go to the second hello. Again age will become 16 plus 1 17, right? So 17 is less than 18. Yes. So it will print third hello, right? And then again it will come age plus 1, like 17 plus 1 18. So 18 is less than 18, no. Then condition will be false, and it will not go and execute the next line. It will come out from the loop and it will print while loop is completed. And this is how output is. So this is how we can achieve while loop, and based on our requirement in programming or automation, we can use it. Hello, welcome all. So in this session we will try to understand about function. So what is function in Python and how we can write it? Very simple. So function are group of related statement that used to achieve some goal, or we can perform some specific task using function. So let me give one example. So I'll just give the basic example. So basic one first we'll see. So what is the syntax to create function in Python? Okay, so we need to write def. Okay, then you can write the function name. You can write whatever you want, like get name, something like that. Then this, then you need to give colon enter. So this is showing something because function name should be lowercase. Okay, so you need to follow the Python best practice. So I'll give get underscore name. I'll explain how to use this. So okay, I'll go to the next line. So you can give the def, then function name, open close bracket, right, and then colon, because we don't have flower bracket, again colon only, and then give enter. It will go to the next line. You cannot start from here. Okay, you cannot start from first line again. You need to be very, very careful about the indentation used in Python. So it will start from here, this blinking line, right? So here you need to write. So I'll just write simple print. Okay, print okay, my name is Pankaj. Okay, very simple. I'll write. So this function is ready. Okay, now I have written the function. So if you'll see how easy it is in Python to use anything like variable, function, anything, we'll see with example. So now I need to call this function. So simply just you need to write get underscore name. That's all, nothing else. So I just need to follow the indentation. That's all. So I have created one function which will print this value, and just I am calling that function. This is very basic example. I'll run it and I'll get my name is same thing, whatever I am printing here, Pankaj, right? Now this is very, very basic example. Now if I have to pass something here, like parameterize this function, how to use it, right? So I'll use this example now. Copy. So you can just write n number of function inside. I have not created class as of now. I'm just writing function. Okay. So you can create another function called get name underscore dynamic. I just want to pass something dynamic, so you can just whatever you want to pass you can keep inside this function, like in other programming language you do, right? And then this time I'm removing this, and this I'll write it here and that name. So whatever name I'll pass, it will come here, right? Perfect. So again it is asking me to follow indentation, like it's two space between function, so I need to follow that. If you not follow also no problem, but it's best practice to follow. Then I can call this function here again in line number 2, right? So while calling this function accept one parameter, so you need to pass that parameter. So I'll pass Pankaj. So at runtime I can pass whatever name I will pass, that same name will go and print here. So if I'll print here, now it will print same thing twice. So my name is Pankaj, and same way it will print my name is Pankaj because I'm passing here, right? If I'll comment this out, so only this dynamic name will be called, right? So I'll just print it again. If you see, my name is Pankaj, right? Now this is one example. Now let's do one more example. So if you have to return some value from the function, how to do that, right? So I'll just copy paste. So again I need to follow two space, enter. Let's do something get addition. So I just need to add two numbers, so I'll pass a and b, okay, and I need to add this two number and return, simple. So how to do that? So we'll do that. So I'll just do return. So whatever you want to return, you can return like this also, and a plus b, like this, simple. So in return we don't have to specify like what kind of return it is, like integer, float, double, string. You just write return a plus b, whatever return it will return, okay? So Python will automatically take care of all those things. You don't need to worry what kind of return type it is, right? As we discussed earlier also. So I'll just print here a plus b I can print, but I'll just hold this a plus b sum, add is equal to a plus b. Now I can return this add directly. You can do like this also, directly return, and I can just hold with some variable and then return that variable. So in real time, while you will do any automation or programming, you'll write all the functional logic, and then at last you will return whatever you want to return from that function. So I just want to return add from this function, so that those two number will be coming here and added, and then the addition of these two number will be returned. So I'll just print it here. So you cannot print, returns will be the last statement, so I'll just go above return and I'll just print it here. So addition is, so addition is, and whatever addition is, I'll get the output. So let me call this function again. So this function is ready, and then need to call. So I need to call, then while calling this function I need to pass two parameter, a and b. A and b should be integer, like same, right? Same type of variables. I'll just pass 5, 10. Okay, so it is automatically giving a 5 and b space is required. Let's mouse over and reformat the file. So PyCharm will take care of those indentation formatting. So it is done. Now if I'll run this, so runtime 5 will be passed to a, 10 will be passed to b, and a plus b, like 5 plus 10 will be 15, will be added, and it will be returned. And since I'm printing, I'll get also like addition is 15. Okay, so I'll just return it, and if I'll see the output, so addition is what? 15. Perfect. Now here you can just, if you don't want to print here, I'll just cut this and I can print it here, and I can just call this method here function directly. Then also I'll get the same output. I'll just comment it out. I'll get same, addition is 15. Otherwise you can do one more time. You can just write addition is equal to, I written twice, addition is equal to, and hold this function with some variable, and this variable will be having return. So what this function will return, so addition of both. So this will be hold those value like addition. So directly I can print this addition also. So multiple way we can achieve the same thing. So if I run this again, I'll get the same output. Addition is 15. Perfect. This is how we can use function and create function in Python. And we have seen basic example, then dynamic passing value to the means parameterized function, and then returning the value from the function. Hello all, welcome. So in this session we will try to understand switch and case statement. What is switch and case? So switch and case, by name itself it is saying, so switch based on multiple cases. So if there are multiple cases in your test case or multiple cases in your application, and you want to handle some multiple cases, so you can go for switch case statement. So let me give you an example so that it will be much clear. Okay, so I'll just create one function called def called vote. Very simple example I'll give so that everybody can understand. And indentation is very important in Python. So def vote and then colon enter. It will go to the next line, and then I need to give match, and then I need to pass as is colon enter. I need to pass argument is here, enter. Now you can give multiple cases. So my case first will be suppose 18 or 17. Let me give 18. Okay, 18. So if age is 18, so print, so whatever functionality you want to perform, you can write it here, but as of now I'm just giving print statement for understanding. Okay, so you can write apply ID card, something like that. Okay, now next case I have like that, I can have multiple cases, so I'll just give some cases. Then if it is 30, if it is 60, right? So if it is 30, I need to write eligible for vote, eligible to vote, simple. And then if it is 60, you are senior citizen. Okay, so you are senior citizen, spelling mistake, citizen, right? Citizen. Perfect. Now enter. So my switch case condition is done. Okay, so I have written one switch case condition, and based on this it will pass. Now this function is ready. I need to call this function. So I'll just call this function. So I'll just call vote, and I need to pass the age. So if I'll pass age 18, so what will be the output? So what will happen if I'll pass 18 here, it will go here, right, and it will match with 18. So 18 is what? Apply for ID card. Let me run. I'll get here output was apply ID card. If I'll pass here 30, then let's see what will happen. Eligible to vote. So based on the condition it will come. Now if I'll pass something called 58, what will happen? Let's see. I'm not getting anything because that condition itself is not there, right? So if you know the condition, then you can pass multiple condition. Else after this I can just write another condition is what? Okay, switch case completed, switch case completed. So again indentation, I'll just write it here, tch. Okay, so if I'll call this here, I'll just reduce this line so that you'll be able to see the console properly. So if I'll run this now, so it will give me, like, if you'll give 60, it will give me what? You are a senior citizen. Let me run. So you are a senior citizen. So if you have multiple cases to solve, okay, you can use it for switch case condition. Again, same thing can be achieved one different way also. So we can achieve the same switch case statement another way also. There are two ways. Okay, so I will just try to write the same thing again, the second way how we can do it. So this time I'll write vote 1. Okay, I'll pass age again, but this time I don't have to write like this. Okay, I'll use some different function, not match, right? So we have something called switcher, and this will support only if your Python version is above 10. So that is the requirement. So switcher is equal to, and then you have to write in flower bracket, and then you can write multiple cases. Like I'll write the same cases again. So 18, so if it is 18, then what you are expecting? So I want to expect this. So same way how we can achieve. Then here also, like, how much ever you want, you can keep the condition based on your requirement, how much ever condition you want, right? And I'll write same thing here. If it is 60, then I want this. Okay, so let's follow the indentation. Perfect. So done. Now I need to return this. Okay, and return. So this is the syntax, guys, you need to follow. So switcher dot get, and then you need to pass the is, comma, and if nothing is matching, just print nothing. Okay, that's all. So we are ready, guys. So now I need to call this function. So I'll just comment this out, and I need to call this function. I'll just call it down, vote1. I need to pass something. Let's pass 30. If I'll pass 30, it will go and select this option, like eligible to vote. So based on this condition, your switch case, based on your case, you can have multiple cases inside a function, and you can handle those cases and perform some action. So based on your requirement, you can use this kind of functionality, whatever Python is providing, right? So vote 1 and 30. If I'll pass 30, 30 will go here, and then it will check switcher will check where is 30, and if 30 is there, based on that key, whatever value will be there, that case related value, it will pass. So I'll get eligible to vote. Okay, so in this case I should get eligible to vote. Let me run. Perfect. So if you'll see, okay, I'm not getting anything. Okay, because I'm just getting that value, but I'm not printing. So if you want those value to see what I'm returning, you need to just print it. So I'll just do print, and I'll just print it here. Okay, so now if you'll see, twice I'm calling, so this is now not required. So I'm just printing it here directly. So it will go check 30. So what is 30? So eligible to vote. So I should get here eligible to vote in output. So I'll just run it, and yeah, perfect, I'm getting eligible to vote. Yes, guys, so this is what, like, these are the two way we can use switch case condition. So whatever best suited for your requirement, based on your case, you can apply it. Hello all, welcome to the session once again. So now we will see oops concept, right? So we'll go ahead and create one class, and we'll see how to create class in Python. Okay, so as we have already discussed, like, what are the classes? So classes are nothing but a blueprint or prototype where all the related function we will keep, right? So if related function means what, like if we are doing some creating some functionality called engine, so related to engine, like start engine, stop engine, run engine, like that, related functionality you should keep in one class. Simple. So let me create one Python file. So this time I'll write oops test 1. Okay, so perfect. So we'll see how we can create class in Python. So in Python, if you want to create a class, you need to write class class, all small, space, and then you need to give class name. So class name I'll give engine. Okay, then colon and enter. Very simple. So if you will see, in other languages we used to give like multiple, like public, private, multiple keyword we have in Java, right? In other languages we don't have anything in Python directly. So class and directly class name, simple syntax, and then colon and enter, and now inside class you can keep whatever you want. Okay, so I'll create some function. Okay, so I'll create some function. So let me create def, and then I'll give something called start engine, and if you see, self by default came. We'll explain what is self when we'll discuss the constructor part. Okay, so in upcoming session, so no need to worry. So I'll just write here engine started. Okay, enter. So inside engine, and if you see, there is one indentation, so it is telling function name should be lowercase. So again we need to follow the Python indentation engine. So all should be small case, separated by underscore, all word engine, start engine. Still there is something called maybe static. So this function you might be static, but let it be for my case. So I can write one more function inside this engine class that is called let me call this as a static. Okay, I'll not write okay start engine, and this time I need to give stop engine. So okay, one second. So this is telling something more option, make method static. So this time this is not a static, and this is I'm just forcefully telling that this is what a static method. If you'll see here, I am passing self. So for all this method or function, okay, we need to pass self as first parameter. What is this and why we should use this, I'll explain in constructor part anyhow. So here, like, we have created one class, and inside class we have created two function. Okay, one is without a static method and one is with static method. Okay, perfect. So now we have created two function. Now I need to call this. So engine stopped, I need to just call this, right? So how to call this? So I can go to the first line, okay, and then I can just call it. So how we can call? So we need to create object, right? How to create object in Python? So create object. So we need to create object of this class. So how to create? So just write this class name, that's all, object will be created. Now we need to hold this object with some variable, right? So I'll just write obj is equal to engine, that's all. I'll just follow the indentation. So this is how we can create object in Python, directly class name and open and close bracket, simple. Now in other languages, we'll just explain about other languages also. Like in Java we have like we need to use new keyword, new, and then class name, right? Class name, and then we have to give column like this, right? And then we need to hold with some variable like class name like this. We have to get class name, and name is equal to new class name, right? Like that we have to create, and then you can use this variable and call function inside this class, right? But here in Python we don't have that much complexity. Just give class name, that's all, and hold with any object reference. So I have created the object of engine class and we hold with obj. Now with this obj reference, I can call all the function inside this class. So start engine I'll call, and then I'll call another object, another function, which is stop engine. Perfect, that's all. So when I'll execute this, so this I'm calling this two function. This two function will be called, and engine started and engine stopped will be printed. Engine started, engine stopped. Perfect. We can directly also call this function by using class name here. So we don't need to hold with object. So I'll just keep here star. Okay, so using directly class name also we can call directly here, like engine dot start engine and engine dot stop engine, like that, simple. If I'll print, I'll get the same output. As you will see, I'm getting engine started, stop, then star, and then using same directly call also I'm getting the same option. Okay, both time I have called the same methods, I'm getting same. So this is how, guys, it will work. Okay, so you can create the class. Inside we can have multiple function, and we can call by creating object of that class, and that's all. And we can directly also call by using class name dot method name, right? So this is how we can use and create class and function. Now we'll deep dive into OOPS concept. Like we'll understand what is this self and what is constructor. So I'll create object calculator, and I'll just hold with object called obj. Obj is equal to calculator, right? And I'll just pass obj dot add number, and I'll pass two parameter called 10 and 5. Perfect. Let's follow the Python indentation. Done. Now if I'll execute, so this 10 will be passed to A and 5 will be passed to B and will be added, and I'll get the output. But I'm not printing here, so I should print that. So I'll just collect this here. Addition is equal to this, hold with some variable and just printing it now. So addition is comma space this. Perfect. If let me run this. Perfect. So addition is 15. So I have created one class and then function inside it, and add it and return the value. Perfect. Now how this constructor will work and this self is working, we'll see. So what will happen when we create object? Okay, so whenever we create object, so constructor will get invoked. So constructor will be get executed automatically when we create object. The first call will happen to the constructor only when we create object. Okay, so what will happen when we have created object? By default we are calling the default constructor. So default constructor is not visible here, but by default it will be given by the interpreter Python, right? So how it will be, let me check. If I'll give my default default constructor, then Python will not give. So first we'll check whether if there is any default constructor in available. If it is not available, then it will Python will provide the default constructor, and it will be just no argument, means there will be nothing inside that constructor. But now I'm giving default constructor and I'm just printing something. I am default constructor. Okay, so what will happen if I have created object here? So after object creation only, okay, once I will create object here, this will get executed. Okay, and as soon as this will be executed, then it will go to the next line. Okay, so after that I just want to print, okay, that object is created. Object is created. Now let me understand, let me help you understanding how this constructor work. So constructor is nothing but when object is created, automatically this will be invoked, right? So I have created object, and so this will be invoked, right? And in Python we create constructor like this. So def underscore to underscore init underscore self. And if you want to do parameterized constructor, that also we can do, we'll see in next session. So first, this is default constructor, and this is how we can create constructor in Python. In other languages like Java, we used to give class name and then create the constructor, right? But here we used to create by using init. Okay, so if I'll execute this, so first I'm creating object, so object will be created and then default constructor will be called. Then it will go to the next line, object is created, and then I'm calling this method and then printing this value addition, which is 10 plus 5 is 15. So let me execute. Perfect. So if you'll see, I am default constructor. First default constructor will be executed, and then object is created, and then addition is 15. So this is how constructor work in Python, and how we can create constructor. Now we'll see how we can create default constructor in Python. Not default, like a parameterized constructor in Python. Hello all, welcome. So we have seen the default constructor. Now we will see parameterized constructor. Okay, so for parameterized constructor, I'll just copy the same code, because this is how we can create constructor in Python. Now here I need to give something called A and B. Now I'll do the same same thing using constructor. So A and B I have called, right? So now this thing, I'll just delete it and I'll comment this out, default constructor for now. So now I have created one constructor which is default parameterized, like two parameter I have passed, A and B. So now here how we can use this self. So self dot A is equal to A. Like that we need to assign the value of instance variable. Self dot B is equal to B. So in Java we have used this keyword, right? This dot A is equal to A, this dot B is equal to B, and then we have used multiple things, right? So this is nothing but referring to the current instance, current instance variable, okay, or local variable. So as of now A and B are what? Instance variable, which will be changed at runtime. Whatever I will pass from my function, that will be changed, right? So I have created one constructor, and what is the use of this self? Okay, now I'll here so So I'll just comment this out. Now this will see here I'm getting error. Okay, parameter A unfilled, parameter B unfilled, because now this object creation, because I've not given default constructor, and I have given one parameterized constructor. So first when I'll execute, Python will check whether this has any constructor or not. So this class I'm already giving the constructor, then Python is not going to provide the default constructor. Okay, now since Python is not going to provide default constructor, I have provided two parameterized constructor. So when I'll be creating object, I need to pass this two parameter here while creating object, because Python will not provide, and I have not given the default constructor also. So I need to pass two parameters. So I need to pass here A and B, which will be like 10 and 5. I'm just passing. Okay, so if you see A and B, so while object creation I need to pass. So what will happen here, you will get the use of self. So when A will go and B will go, so A will be now 10 and B will be 5. So how it will be assigned here is self dot A is equal to A. So this will tell to this class that this A belongs to this class like instance variable. Okay, so if you are declaring anytime any instance variable, this self parameter is very, very important, and this must be there. Then only this value will be assigned, or else it will not work. Okay, so in this case I'm just giving parameterized constructor. Perfect. So A will be assigned to 10 will be assigned to A, and 5 will be assigned to B. Perfect. So now I'll just comment this out also, because this is now no longer used. So now as soon as I have created object, okay, directly which will be called, this constructor will be called, okay, and value will be assigned to A and B. Okay, then only value will be assigned to A and B. Now A and B value is assigned here. Now I want to call with object reference dot add number. So just I need to call add number. Okay, now I am just getting this A and B is unfilled. Okay, so now it's asking A and B is unfilled. Okay, because okay, so now if you see A and B has been assigned. Okay, A and B has been assigned. Now I will write one more method here to let you understand how this assignment is working. So I'll comment this out. So I'll just write self. I'll not write this because anyhow A and B value is already provided by the constructor. I don't want to parameterize like this. So now I'll just do return. Okay, now what I want to return is self dot A plus self dot B. Perfect. Self dot A plus self dot B is nothing but it will be similar to this. So when constructor is getting created, it will go and using this self parameter, this parameterization assignment will be happening here, and then based on A and B value will be assigned. And now when I'm calling here self dot A and self dot B, even though I'm not passing in this function, I'm just calling this obj dot add number, this function, even though I'm not passing those number, by using constructor it is already assigned, right? So when I'll call this, so automatically what this function will be called, and self dot A plus self dot B, these two number will be added like 10 plus 5, and I'll get the output. So I want to print this, so I'll just print it, and I'll just keep inside print statement. So I should get output as 15. Let me run. Perfect. I'm able to see the output 15. So this is how parameterized constructor work. Hello all, welcome to the session. So in this session we will try to understand inheritance concept. Okay, so we'll see what is inheritance and how we can use inheritance. So we'll create one file class called car test. Simple. Why I have created car test, I'll explain. So what is inheritance? Inheritance is nothing but acquiring the properties of one class into another, or in simple language you can say that inheriting properties of parent class into child class. So suppose what is parent class and what is child class here. Okay, so parent class where we have some common properties. So for our example, we have already created one class called engine, which will be common for all the classes of vehicles, like whatever vehicles you want, like Hyundai, Range Rover, Mercedes, right? So every car will be having engine. So I'm just keeping all the common properties at one place. For automation purpose also, like all the every time you need to launch the browser and then enter some URL, right? So that will be common. So whatever test you perform, that will browser launch is always required, and URL entering, all those things is always required. So you can keep common properties in one class, and from other class you can inherit those property and directly use, instead of writing the same code again and again. That's where inheritance concept come into picture. So if you want to utilize or acquire the properties of one class into another class, we can use inheritance concept. Very simple. So here this is the parent class, and I have created one class called car test because I want to inherit the properties of engine. So whenever I have to create one car, I need engine, right? So engine, we have already like engine functionality developed, like a start engine, a stop engine. So I can just create my car and inherit the properties from engine, and I'll be able to drive the car. Very simple. So this is very simple and basic example I'm giving, so that you can able to understand and relate how we are using. So let's create one class here. So class, I'll just write drive car, drive car. Okay, now column here. Now I want to give some inside this class, I need to write some function that is called car model. Okay, car model. Okay, car model. Perfect. I'll write something called Honda model, something like that, right? Enter. Now this car, while driving, I need to start the engine. So I need to start engine and a stop engine, right? So again I need to write a start engine and a stop engine code. Instead, it's already there in this class, so I need to just inherit these properties in this class. So how we can do inheritance? As of now, if you'll see, we cannot inherit from this. I need to create object, import, all those things, right? But how to inherit is, you can just call this class, copy this class, and in child class you go here, open bracket, paste this. So once you'll paste this engine, so here means what, I want to, this is child class, I want to inherit the properties of engine class. So if you'll see, I'm getting error. So if you'll mouse hover, you will get unresolved reference engine, because there is no reference from where this engine came. So you will be getting option from PyCharm, import ops test.engine, means this is the file name where this engine is present, and this is the class. So now this is giving the reference where this engine is. So I'll just click here, and this will be important. Now let's understand this. What is this import? So import is nothing but, if you want to utilize some function from other files, you need to import those files or function first, right? So if you want to import anything, you need to use form. In other languages there will be some different syntax, but in Python it will be form, and then which file you want to import. So ops test, so this is the file, so this file name came here, and then you have to write import, and then that class name which you want to import. So in this ops test, we have class something called engine, so this I have imported. So this is how import works. Okay, so now I have imported successfully, so directly I can call the function here. So now I want to drive this car, so I'll just write drive car. Simple. So now I no need to write the start engine and stop engine functionality, because it's already there here in the engine class. So I'll just call by using this object. So engine dot start engine. Okay, and then again engine dot stop engine. Perfect. So now if you see how easy it is, I don't have to write again these many codes, right? I just need to call by inheriting this property. So now if I'll run this, what will happen? Let me execute. Let's see what I'll get. So if I'll execute this, if you'll see, engine started, engine stopped, engine started, engine stopped, right? So this is how it works, but I need to create object. How it works is I need to call, right? I need to call this drive car. So I need to create object of this class. So I'll create drive class object. So object created, I'll just write drive is equal to, so object is created by just class name. Okay, I'll just reformat. Now using this function I can class parent class function also, and child class also. So parent class means drive dot, I can call directly drive car, but before that I'll just call car model. So now car model is where? In child class. Okay, now I'll call drive dot drive car. Now inside drive car, this already a start engine and stop engine I have implemented, or else directly using this object reference you can call a start engine also and a stop engine also by your object reference. By child class object reference you can call parent class object also. This is what inheritance mean, but as of now that's all. So now I'm calling first car model, which will give me the car model, and then I'm just driving the car, then which will call internally start engine and stop engine, and I'll get the output. So let me run. Perfect. So I'm getting something error, start engine missing one argument exception self. Let me check where is the out error. Here self is unfilled. Start engine, if you'll go, okay, here self is there, right? And here there is no self, that's why it is telling. Okay, so I can remove this, so it will throw error. So I need to pass this parameter self, and let me re-execute. Here I need to pass self. Is it? Let me check. And yes, perfect, I'm able to run this perfectly, this code. Okay, because if I'll go here, this self, it is accepting this one parameter called self, so I also need to pass this self. Okay, since this is a static method, I don't need to pass. So this is how it works, guys. So we can have common feature in one class, and from other class we can inherit by using this syntax, and then we can create object of child class and access properties of child as well as parent class. Hello all, so we have seen the basic of constructor. Now we'll see what is class variable and instance variable. So class variable is something which will be declared inside a class but outside of function. So I'll just write class underscore variable is equal to 20. Okay, so this variable I can use inside any function directly, or using class name also, using self also. We'll see how. So suppose I want to add this 2 number, along with that 2 number I want to add this class variable also. So using self, like I can call this class variable also. Class variable, if you see here, I'm getting the option. Perfect. So now if I'll call the same function, right? So now addition will be what? 10 plus 5 plus 20. So it will be what? 35. Let me execute. So if you'll see, the output is what? 35. So this is class variable, but this is what? Instance variable, local variable, right? You cannot use this a and b outside of this function, right? Only inside this function you can use. So and this class variable you can use inside class, anywhere inside any function, right? Now I can call this I can achieve the same thing using different way. Let's see how. So I'll comment this. There can be only one return statement inside a function. We cannot do two returns. So I'm just commenting one. Here we can call this class variable using class name also. So I can just call calculator, and then you can just call this, right, using class name. Let's run it. Still I get the same output, 35. Perfect. So this is what the difference between a class level variable and local or instance variable. So this will be constant, okay, always. This is a class level variable, this will be always constant, but this is instance variable because this will be changing at runtime. So user can pass anything. This output A and B can be anything, which will be passed dynamically, and then based on that assignment will happen through constructor, and then value will be assigned and we are getting those value added here. So these are two instance variable which value will be changing based on dynamically, you can say that, but class level variable which is value will be constant, which will be declared inside a class outside a function. Hello all, welcome to this session. So in this session we will try to understand about the string concept. Okay, so I'll create a new Python file, string test, and we'll get started. So string, what is string, right? So string is nothing but sequence of character, right? Sequence of character is nothing but string. So we can keep this string inside a single quote or double quote, right? So let's see some example and play around how we can do a string, right? So I'll just do str_1 is equal to, I'll keep Pankaj, I'm just keeping initial value so that we can use it for our multiple feature of a string or multiple methods or function present inside a string. Pankaj Gupta to second string, and I'll just take string 3 is equal to, my name is Pankaj. Very simple. So I'm just giving like a string, I'm just creating a string, multiple strings, so that I can perform multiple function, right? I'll just write again Pankaj and str_5, and I'll just write something called Jan. Okay, that's all. Now let's see. So this is how we can create string. You can keep in single quote also, no problem. So I'll just keep this Ranjan inside single quote. Okay, so a string means sequence of character, we can keep inside double quote or in single quote, no problem. Okay, now what are the different function we have? So now if I want to check the length of a string, so what is the method? So print, I want to check the length of Pankaj. What is the length? Okay, so we have the method called len. If you'll see type L, it will come len and object. I'll click and you can just pass the object reference. So I'll get length of str. So let me run and I'll get 6. So 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is 6 character, right? So length will be 6 and index will be 0 to 5. Simple, like array in Java. So it will be nothing but we'll understand with respect to Python only. So we can, if we want to get the length of any string, we can get using len function, right? Very simple. Now if I want to get a string at particular index, like okay, what is present inside this string str1 at 0 index. Okay, so 0 index is what? P. So if I'll run this, I'll get P. Perfect. So we can get the correct index based on the correct value based on the index. Okay, similarly if I want to get the what is present at index 1, so this is index 0 and this is 1, not this. Let me run and I'll explain you. So if you'll see y, okay, why? Because this is 0 index and this is the first index, then the space is third index, then 4th 5th 6th 7th 8th. How to trim, how to split this and read this, we'll understand in upcoming session. Okay, so this is the first thing. So how we can get the index of a particular string. So we can get the length and we can get the index. Fine. Now how we can get the substring? Okay, substring means I want I have one requirement in my case or automation or anything where I want only second and third index. Okay, or suppose okay first and second index only. Okay, so you can write like this here. Okay, we can write str1, and in this str I want, okay, I want what, first to third index only. Okay, first to third index only. So first and last index will be -1. So this will be 1 to third index, right? Like this will be 0, this is 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. So I am given 4 means 4 minus 1. So it will be 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 will be included. So A, N, K I should get, right? So as I'll run, I'll execute and I'll see the output A, N, K. So substring you can get. So this is very, very important in automation assertion. So you can use this in your automation and put assertion. So in some string you want only like last two string. So how to get it? So you can count the indexing and you can get it. But again, based on your requirement, you can use multiple methods are available. So this is just using substring how you can get the index of a particular at any index you can get the string or character. Okay, so okay, now what else? So how we can verify string. So print, I want to compare like str1 is equal to str2 or not. So str1 is equal to str2. Let's see what is the output. But let's see one more example. str1 is equal to str4, right? So this will be what? I'll just print to differentiate the output. So this will be str1 is equal to str2. No, so it will be false. I should get the output as false, and here I should get as true, because str1 is equal to str4. So str1 also str1 is Pankaj and str4 is also Pankaj, so both are equal, so it is true. So I should get like this. So I should get false and then true, false and then true. Similarly, if I'll do like this, not equal to, so str1 not equal to str2, str4 not equal to, no, but it is equal to, this is false. So this I will get what? False. So if I'll run again, both will be false. Perfect. So let's see couple of more methods in string. Yes, so we'll see few more examples. So we'll see how to verify substring now. Verify substring. So we have seen how to verify string, complete string. Now how to verify substring. So we can verify, I'll just do print statement always to check. So if you want to verify something like str1, okay, in str2. So if I want to verify like str1 is available in str2, just maximize. Okay, so str1 is available in str2. Yes. So assert you can put like assert str1 in str2. If it is true, it will be returning true. So this is true in my case. Okay. Similarly, I can write str1 not in str2. If it is true, if it is not true, then it is be, so based on the condition it will return true and false. So if you see str1 is what? Pankaj in str2. Yes, it is there, it will be true. So str1 not in str2 means str1 content not available in str2. No, it is available, right? So it will be false. So it will be true and then false. I'll give again 1 star. Sorry, star to differentiate the output. Run it. I will get true and false, whatever we discuss, true and false. Perfect. Now we'll see few more methods. So we'll see how we can split. Okay, so I'll just go top only, here only I'll explain. So suppose I have str string 3 here. I want to split it. I'll write here and then I'll paste it down. I want to split by space. How can we do it? Okay, so we need to use function called split. Split, split. One second. So that is called split. Okay, so what you want to split first you need to give. So str3 I want to split. So str3 dot split. So there are so many function available if you'll see. So split, count, join, find, encode. So there are multiple methods, so you can explore those things, but I'm explaining what is required for this to complete this course. So str3 dot split. Split, how you want to split, you need to give here. So I want to split by a space. So if there will be space, this is split it. So here, since I have a space, I'm giving a space. So if you want to split by underscore, so you can give underscore. So I'm giving a space here. Okay, so it will be split, and after splitting I'll get list of element. So I'll just get list of object is equal to this. Okay, so now I want to get all the object one by one, or I want to get the object at, now this will be one element, this will be another, this will be another, and this will be another. So this will be at 0 index, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, because I have split it. Now it is in list. So this will be like I'll just show you how it will be. So it will become, not right here, I'll write here, this will become like this, right? This will become like this, and in string format, like double quote, like this it will become. Okay, so now since this is like a list, okay, so we can get the value based on indexing. So I'll just do print, and I want object at first index. So first index is what? Name. So I'll just print it and I'll get the name. So I'll get the name. So since I'm printing on the top, I'm getting the output here. So I'm getting the name. Perfect. So this is how we can split. Now if you want to, we'll see some more methods. If you want to remove the space from left, right, or anything, so how you can do it. So I'll just write str_6 is equal to, I'll double quote space, I'll just write space. Okay, I'll just do here only print. I'll just write original object here. Okay, now I want to trim it. So I want to remove the space. So how to remove the space from both end? So str6 dot, we have a method called strip. I'll just call this method, and this will be strip. So I'll just run this. If you'll see here, original is what? There is a space, and after strip there is no space, right? Similarly, we have some method called str6 dot. If you want to strip from left side or right side, that also functions are there. So if you want to strip from the left, we have lstrip, and if you want to do this trim from the right side of the string, we have something called rstrip. Okay, so let me run and we'll see the output. So if you'll see, original is what? With a space. After that what? After that, strip means from both place it will trim, and there is no space, neither left neither right. This is L, left strip means from left side it has removed the space, but right side is still, if you see, space is there, one space, right? One space is still there here, right? And this is R strip means it will only remove the space from right side. So right side there is no space, but still left side it is there. Okay, so again, these are the function based on our requirement. We can use however you want. Okay, so that's all about the string. We can explore a few more things in upcoming session.